Hello, I'm Bruce Teague, the Mayor of Iowa City.
I'm City Manager Geoff Fruin.
And I'm Fire Chief John Grier.
We're doing this Facebook Live to let Iowa City residents know that we care and we understand the challenges we're all facing. Tonight we want to address the city's response to the coronavirus, also known as COVID-19. As you know, this is a rapidly evolving situation with lots of information coming day by day changes. I'm happy to be joined by our City Manager Geoff Fruin and Chief Grier from the Fire Department. They've been working extensively to ensure that we're doing all that we can to ensure our public safety. And as this disease progresses within our community, we are staying on top through really reaching out and ensuring that everything that we're doing is in the best interest of our residents. The state of public health disaster emergency. Today, Governor Kim Reynolds declared a state of public health disaster emergency. To help break down what that means, let's take a look at what that entails for our community. The purpose of this declaration is to take significant steps to require social distancing and limit community spread of the virus. That includes moving restaurants to drive-through carryout and delivery only. Also, the closure of certain entities such as bars and recreational facilities. This also requires the temporary closure of fitness centers, health clubs, movie theaters, and casinos. Any gathering of events of more than 10 people are prohibited at locations and venues, including parades, festivals, conventions, and fundraisers. This includes events considered social for community, spiritual, religious, recreational, for leisure, and sports related. Gatherings and events that have been planned must either be postponed until the end of this disaster or canceled. City council meetings will switch to virtual meetings. There will be video and call-in options for everyone within our community. Our next meeting will be next Tuesday, March 24th. Our work session will begin at 5 p.m. and at 7 p.m. will be our formal meeting. In this week's packet that will be released on Thursday, directions of how to access the meetings will be included in our in our packets. At this time, I want to introduce our City Manager Geoff Fruin so that he can talk about the city closures.
Thank you, Mayor Teague. Before I jump into closures, I want to stress that the city actions are coordinated with the Johnson County Emergency Operations Center and are absolutely rooted in the guidance from our health partners at the local, state, and national level. On Saturday night, when the state of Iowa announced that we have community spread in Iowa, the city took action the following day to close some of our facilities and postpone many of our programs. This includes the facilities and programs at the Iowa City Public Library, Senior Center, all of our parks and recreation facilities, and the Animal Center. These closures are carried through at least April 5th. But we fully expect that date will likely be pushed back as we continue to learn more about the progression of the disease. Since the governor's public health disaster emergency declaration around noon today, the city has also announced plans to close City Hall to the public beginning tomorrow, March 17th. The front lobby of City Hall will remain open to allow access to the Iowa City Police Department, which will continue to operate normally at this time. The public's urged to look for ways to interact with your city services online. You can pay utilities and request permits and access other cities through our website at icgov.org. And any other interactions can be facilitated over the phone. We urge you to continue to call and utilize city services and just understand that they will be delivered in a different manner for the foreseeable future. The decision to close facilities certainly was not easy, but was clearly in the best interest of our public, whose safety is at the top of our concern. As you've heard from many partners at all levels of government, slowing this disease is crucial, and further action may be needed to ensure that we are doing our part. We will continue to take guidance from the health experts that we are in contact with on a daily basis. With that, I will turn it over to Fire Chief John Grier.
Thanks, Jeff. Our main focus remains the continuity of critical operations, including police and fire department response, providing clean water, sewer services, trash and recycling, and transit. We know how important these vital services are, and we want to keep them working. We have been planning ways to keep all services operational by cross-training staff and putting our contingency plans in place. We've stopped all non-essential activities at the fire and police departments to prevent unnecessary exposure with the public. That includes things like inspections, public engagements, and basically any activity that isn't an immediate necessity to the safety of our community. Rest assured, public safety personnel are equipped, trained, and prepared to respond in the event our services are needed.
As you can see, there's lots of things that the city is doing within our community in response to the COVID-19. And there is no doubt that the economic impact of COVID-19 will be felt by many across our community, both immediately and long term. These are some efforts to offset the financial burden that many are facing. The Iowa City Downtown District will be hosting a live webinar tomorrow, March 18th at 2 p.m. Community experts will discuss business resources and information during this time of uncertainty and unprecedented circumstances. You can find registration information on the Downtown District website at downtowniowacity.com or its social media pages. The Iowa Workforce Development is offering assistance for employees and employers affected by COVID-19 related to layoffs. Claimants can expect to receive payments within 7 to 10 days. You can go to iowaworkforcedevelopment.gov for details. The Community Foundation of Johnson County has activated its emergency response fund with a commitment of $25,000 for the community response to the coronavirus epidemic. The Emergency Response Fund will provide flexible resources to nonprofit organizations in Johnson County working with communities who are disproportionately impacted by the coronavirus and the economic consequences of this outbreak. Donations can be made on their website at cfjc.org and by phone at 319-337-0483. And we know that many of our businesses are, being really creative in ways that they can continue to provide services within the community, and we are well aware of some of the challenges that you're facing. I'm going to turn it back over to our City Manager, Jeff, just to kind of fill us in a few more things that is related to our economic impacts.
Thank you, Mayor. So there's no doubt that the economic impact is real. It's already here and is going to be here for many weeks ahead. We have dedicated staff at the City of Iowa City that are actively tracking discussions at the federal and state level on economic relief that will be provided in the future. Our commitment is that we will gather that information and share it with our business partners as best that we can. At the same time, we are examining local programs that may be emerging throughout the country, and we'll analyze those for their applicability here in Iowa City. With that, I'm going to turn it back over to Fire Chief John Grier, who's going to talk about some of the resources that we have and the best way for the public to stay informed about future changes with this situation.
Thanks. It is important that each of us stay informed with this constantly evolving situation with trusted resources. The city has gathered a lot of these resources on our website page, icgov.org/coronavirus. The state of Iowa has opened its 211 hotline as a central source for those with questions. We also have links to CDC recommendations, guidance from the Iowa Department of Public Health, as well as announcements from the city. Check the city page often for up-to-date information.
Again, we thank you all for taking time to be a part of Facebook Live tonight. We know that this is definitely a time of great uncertainty. There are some recommendations out there to help keep us safe. Social distancing is one. Cleaning your hands 20 seconds is another. We really do want Iowa Cityans to know, and the world to know, that we are doing everything that we can to keep everybody within our community safe.
And one final remark from me, I just want to say thank you to the people on the front line of this crisis, particularly those in the healthcare field and those that are supporting those in the healthcare field. Your work is truly appreciated. I also want to acknowledge the work that's taking place at the County Emergency Operations Center that involves the county staff and staff of neighboring cities and other local governments in the area. Can't thank everybody enough for their hard work and commitment to collaboration in this time of crisis. And finally, a big thank you to all of our employees at the City of Iowa City. Thank you for your dedication, your professionalism, and your unwavering commitment to this city.
Thank you all.